And happy Friday. We have another college bowl game today on this episode of Power 5 Picks brought to you by Better and Green. This game actually kicks off kind of early, 6:30 p.m. on Friday. So probably about the time you're getting off work, starting to crack a cold one. So we have a decent game. Two 6-6 teams, Georgia Tech versus UCF. This is in the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl in Tampa Bay, Florida. But we have Georgia Tech, who is a 5-point underdog against UCF. The total is sitting at 66 and a half. I'm going to send it to you again, but I know you probably had the same thought a little bit here. The total seems very high. The total seems very high at 66 and a half. And yes, this is Georgia Tech, but no, it is not the triple option Georgia Tech of years past. It's different. They don't run that anymore. But 66 and a half, that's very high. I don't know what to think about that, but good luck. I'm going to send it to you first. And we've agreed a couple times in the last couple episodes on this show. So maybe we can keep that streak alive.
Yeah, it's been doing us well, so I hope we do. However, I don't love this game. I will preface bowl games so far 6-2. If Syracuse won last night by 3 or more, it is 7-2. So doing pretty well in college football. But again, don't love this game. I actually don't have a play on the total at all. I've kind of taken totals out of my college football handicapping a little bit. I just try focusing on the side, especially in bowl games. I feel like it's tough. So hopefully you can break down that total a little bit better. I haven't even really looked at it. Although UCF to me is a dead nuts over team, kind of have been for the last few years. So I would almost lean the over just since they're involved. But I like the side here, and I actually like Georgia Tech plus the 4.5. Simply because this is kind of unfamiliar territory for Georgia Tech. They've just been kind of getting buried the past few years. They just haven't been a really great team. So I think, being bowl eligible, 6-6 team, I think that's kind of a victory for them. I think they care more. UCF had kind of a down year, 6-6, where they've been, they were undefeated just 3-4 years ago. They've had some really good teams in the past few years. And I think 6-6 is just kind of underwhelming for them. They've had bigger bowl games that they've been a part of in the past few seasons. And I just don't think they really care as much as Georgia Tech does in this game. So for that reason, I do lean Georgia Tech. Again, it's not one of my favorite plays for the bowl games. We do have an equal amount of opt-outs for both teams, or a somewhat equal amount of opt-outs. I just think the effort for Georgia Tech is going to be better, just simply because UCF is used to having bigger games. Georgia Tech is kind of just happy to be here at this point. So slightly on Georgia Tech. Don't think I'll be betting this game.
Well, we agree. Georgia Tech as well for me. Simply because Georgia Tech had to win their last game of the season to be bowl eligible. And like you said, this Georgia Tech team, they play, even though the ACC's shit, they have not been good for a long time. So the fact that they're bowl eligible, won their last game of the season to get bowl eligible, I think these guys just have more motivation to win this game. They've won some games that no one expected them to win. They beat Miami when Miami was ranked 17th. They beat North Carolina when North Carolina was ranked 18th. And we're all forgetting they battled with Georgia, which would have been a crazy upset in the final game of the regular season. They only lost by 8 in that game. They were up a little bit at half, or up a little bit at some point in the game. I forget when. But this team battles, and I think they have a lot of heart and a lot of passion. I think they have a lot of motivation. So I just think they're going to get up more than UCF is. As you said, UCF is used to a lot of success. They went 6-6 this year. It's probably because they joined the Big 12 and playing with the big boys now. But 6-6 is still not very impressive for a UCF team that is built on excellence, and they are not excellent this year. So again, I really like Georgia Tech. I'm seeing +5, +4.5, wherever that line's at. I still like them on the spread. I opt-outs, again, there's plenty on each team. I just don't think there's any important on Georgia Tech. I'm seeing UCF's best D lineman is out, and then a corner as well for UCF, but nothing super big on offense there for either team as well. So I'm going to go with Georgia Tech, and then like my strategy, and so many times when the over seems way too high, you got to take the over. So I'll also have a play on the over in this game at 66.5. I'm hoping that comes down a little bit before kickoff. We are recording on Wednesday, by the way, so there might be some line movement on both the spread and the total. but hopefully that goes down a little bit, and I will take the over there. But that's usually my strategy when a total is way too high and I don't understand it. So glad we're seeing eye to eye. I actually really like Georgia Tech quite a bit. I think they could win this one outright. But yeah, I'm glad we're seeing eye to eye. And again, we will have 6 games. If they're not already out, we will have 6 games for this weekend's college football bowl games. And again, we are previewing single videos for every single bowl game this year. And as we start approaching New Year's Day, these games are getting better and better. So look forward to those previews, and we will be posting them on our YouTube, sharing them on Twitter, Instagram, and whatnot. So make sure you check that out. We'll also have some blogs out this weekend. That is at bettergreen.com. Make sure you check those out as well. But that's all I got. Anything to wrap up before we close out here?
No, yeah, that's all I got too. I'm glad you're on Georgia Tech too. That makes me feel better about them. And then, yeah, hopefully we can keep rolling in these bowl games.
Yeah, this is 3 times in a row that me and Ethan are on the seeing eye to eye. So make sure you go check back on that Syracuse video, because we both picked Syracuse at the +3. Look at your ESPN app, see that Syracuse won by 21 points, and then we're on a heater then. So good luck, guys, if you are tailing. And again, make sure to check out our videos in the future. Give us a like, give us a comment, give us a subscribe, and we really appreciate it. And we'll see you guys this weekend.
You better start listening to the Better and Green podcast. You will not regret it. Trust me, trust me, trust me. And hey, I'm Dean Blandino.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to Better and Green, eh? To Better and Green, eh? To Better and Green, eh? Listen in and cash out. That's what it's all about. Come on, let's make cash now. We always on spot and we cover old spot from the bottom to the top. Hey, shout out to Ethan, shout out to Wyatt, shout out to Ben. Welcome, welcome to our podcast, Better and Green.